I'm Stephen Conway. I'm the Global Head of IT and Application Support for VistaJet. We were founded in around 2004, and we revolutionised business aviation. Our global aircraft services offer an unparalleled service to some of the hardest destinations to reach in the world. So we're talking around 1,900 plus different airports in 96% of the countries of the world. Responsible for the IT service offering across 3 core teams. Our internal teams, such as IT support and application support. And that's a mix, that's a split between our full-time in-house employees, our internal IT department, and our outsourced specialized teams. That's the global IT service desk that sits with Auxis. We've been working very closely with Auxis now for well over a year. So it was key for us to actually visit the operations. It was a major factor for the decision that was made. And so yes, I was very lucky enough to travel there. What a fantastic, beautiful country it is. But what really sold it for me was the fact that I could sit down with the agent. I sat at the desk, I had my headset on, I was listening to live calls, and I could really listen to the professionalism that come across. Now, this is professionalism from top to bottom in Auxis, okay? Whether it's dealing with the MD of IT services, whether it's dealing with my global service desk supervisor on a daily basis, or it's dealing with the service desk agent. What we see is that professionalism and that willingness to help is what came across and really sold it for me for Costa Rica. And we looked at vendors based in South Africa, UK, the US, all across the board, globally, okay, to get real good mix. But the standard of the English language proficiency and the technical knowledge, especially geared around IT service management upon ITIL principles and framework. I mean, for a country of Costa Rica, I knew about the football team. That's all I knew about. It was a great football team. Yeah. Nothing more than about the country, but it was a real extension for me of a real professional English language orientated, very educated workforce. And I think that really helped push it for me. I like to instill this one team mentality, okay? It's not a vendor, it's not an internal team, it's one team with a common goal, okay? And the common goal is great service delivery and happy end users, okay? If you're thinking about the outsourced model, you need to make sure that you have your criteria that you require for your business first and foremost, that those set of criteria that your partnership will need to hit. Okay, so for us it was 24/7 offering. It was about having those ready-built knowledge bases for level 0 or self-service guides, for instance. Okay, but the key thing for me, and a lot of years in IT, is the vendor is there. The vendor or the outsourced partner is there to support your business. Okay, but you have to support your vendor. Okay, engagement of your internal teams and the business for the vendor to succeed is also critical. You know, it's critical. It's absolutely crucial. And that's how we work with our service desk based in Auxis. For those guys to succeed on those 2,000 plus calls per month, the internal IT guys need to support them, need to engage, and need there to actually have that partnership and reciprocate the support that's coming across. So don't enter into an outsourcing partnership if it's going to be a them versus us mentality. Both need to succeed and have that common goal and ready to support each other as one team. Our transition period with our knowledge share and our access to the systems and our workflows, as well as the ticketing system setups and sharing all our information with Auxis to launch the service, took 6 weeks. And that was 6 weeks from the initial sign off of the contract through to launching of the service. We entered the hypercare period for about 2 weeks after that. So entire transition to launch, to roll out, to saying thank you very much, took around 8 weeks. And I mean, for an organization with multiple global offices, different time frames, 2,000 end users, crew, which is one of our biggest user bases, was very, very good. I mean, 8 weeks in anything to roll a project out of that size is phenomenal. Okay, so it kind of hit everybody. You know, early in the year, we had this noise, and there wasn't much going on from a European perspective, and then all of a sudden, it hit very hard in March. So we had to look at basically closing down all our offices in our main European cities, which meant pushing out close to 400 or 500 users to work from home. So during the early days of COVID, we saw a big surge in IT requests and in service. So that's where our remote support became very key. Okay, that's where the service desk had to go the extra mile to increase handling times on a call, for instance. That made sure the service was thorough for the end user. We also looked at the communications, our communications between IT departments, IT teams, including our vendor-based teams, had to improve immensely. We were all scattered throughout the globe, working different time zones. So we had to have that seamless communication, right from the service desk up through to management. So for me personally, the impact on IT was huge, unprecedented, in my time, certainly. But it did help with realigning communication needs between teams, and I think that's the big one we pulled from this COVID situation, was communication wherever you sit was key. Yes, again, it's that engagement, it's that willingness of the business and company to actually engage with the partner. I mean, once you have that down and you have that common goal, then, you know, sky's the limit.